Have you ever heard the term Machiavellian? In this video, you will delve into the world of Niccolò Machiavelli and his influential work, The Prince. You'll discover the groundbreaking ideas he posed about power, leadership, and state politics. Join us on this journey through the mind of one of the most influential political thinkers in history. Once upon a time in Renaissance Italy, there was a man whose name would echo through history, leaving an intriguing and sometimes controversial legacy. His name was Niccolò Machiavelli. Born in Florence in 1469, this shrewd thinker and statesman would come to be known as one of the greatest political philosophers of all time. In his youth, Machiavelli joined the government of the Republic of Florence, where he soon proved to be a skilled diplomat and strategist. Throughout his career, he worked on various diplomatic missions, dealing with leaders of European powers and learning the intricacies of international political maneuvering. However, Machiavelli is best known for his masterpiece, The Prince. Written in 1513, this book became a foundational political treatise. In The Prince, Machiavelli explored the nature of power and politics, arguing that instead of adhering to strict moral principles, leaders should be pragmatic and, at times, use cunning and cruelty to maintain power and stability. This frank and realistic approach to politics was revolutionary in its time and is still a subject of debate today. Machiavelli urged leaders to understand the art of war and balance the fear and love of their subjects. Although he is often interpreted as an advocate of immorality in politics, his aim was more to prevent anarchy and chaos. Over the centuries, The Prince has influenced political leaders, military figures, and philosophers, becoming a cornerstone of political theory. His ideas have been cited and debated by figures like Napoleon, Mahatma Gandhi, and Winston Churchill. Even today, his lessons on cunning and pragmatism in politics remain relevant. Thus, Machiavelli went from being a skillful diplomat in Renaissance Florence to an author whose words continue to resonate in the political world. Despite the controversy surrounding him, his legacy endures as a vital part of the history of political theory. Next, we'll explore his most renowned and provocative masterpiece. The Prince, Italian, Il Principe, is Niccolò Machiavelli's most famous and enduring work. Written in 1513, it's a seminal political treatise that delves into the nature of power, leadership, and statecraft. The book is structured as a letter to Lorenzo de' Medici, who was the ruler of Florence at the time. It offers advice to princes and rulers on how to acquire, maintain, and exercise power effectively. Key points and concepts from The Prince include: Realpolitik. Machiavelli believed that political leaders should not be bound by moral or ethical considerations when it comes to acquiring and maintaining power. He emphasized a practical, realistic approach to politics, where leaders should do whatever is necessary to achieve their goals. End justifies the means. Perhaps the most famous concept associated with Machiavelli is the idea that the end justifies the means. He argued that a ruler should be willing to use whatever tactics, including deception, manipulation, and even cruelty, if it serves the greater purpose of maintaining order and stability in their realm. Virtù and fortuna. Machiavelli discussed the concept of virtù, which refers to the qualities of a successful leader, such as strength, decisiveness, and cunning. He contrasted this with fortuna, which represents the unpredictable forces of fate. Machiavelli argued that a skilled leader should adapt to changing circumstances and seize opportunities when they arise. Fear and love. Machiavelli famously wrote that it's better for a leader to be feared than loved. He argued that fear is a more reliable motivator for subjects, as love can be fickle. However, he also cautioned that a ruler should avoid being hated, as this can lead to rebellion. Advice on warfare. The Prince includes extensive advice on military strategy and the art of war. Machiavelli believed that a ruler should be well versed in the conduct of warfare, as it was an essential aspect of statecraft during his time. Effectiveness over ideals. Machiavelli emphasized that leaders should prioritize the effectiveness of their rule over rigid adherence to moral or ethical principles. He argued that leaders might have to act contrary to conventional morality to maintain power and stability. The Prince has been the subject of extensive debate and interpretation over the centuries. Some view Machiavelli as a cynical advocate for tyranny, while others see him as a pragmatic realist who recognized the complexities of politics. Regardless of one's perspective, there's no denying that The Prince remains a pivotal text in political philosophy and continues to influence discussions on leadership, governance, and the exercise of power. Throughout history, Machiavelli's ideas have undeniably proven effective. This prompts us to consider, is it still necessary to lead the collective human consciousness with these strategies? Or are we capable of creating a new reality where we can live in harmony, guided by higher principles? For instance, the principles that contemporary leaders often emphasize in their speeches. What are your thoughts on this? Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe and like to support our channel. Until next time.